All right. Wow, that was quick. Looks like it actually linked up right away. That is impressive. I wonder if I just had really bad internet last night. Either way, welcome to another live episode. This is going to be actually a fairly short episode. Again, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Operation Siren, and I have set it up where we can actually go and look at those meta fights. So let me go in here. And again, this is going to just be a short one, another tutorial. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to start building up again and eventually do a tutorial on the hidden zones and then another tutorial on those strongholds. And those might take a while to do. I don't know. Actually, I might do them a little bit early. I might have to because of those items in the shop that I want to grab. I just don't have the special item codes yet. And we use stop. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go in there. Go into Operation Siren. Now we go over to the overworld. And you'll go ahead and see that we have lots of things to look at. Now, first and foremost, I'll go ahead and show you kind of how the daily missions do restock. The first bunch, you should take them all just because you don't have any. But then here, I usually try to select just the ones that have the items that I want. Like, for instance, these special item tokens and these Gear Lab mats. Granted, the blue mats I really have no need for. I'm mostly going after those special item tokens. And so I have set this set up where I have done my maximum daily. I did the maximum daily yesterday as well. As you can see, I made a path all the way from the USA port to the England port, so Eagle Union to Royal Navy. And those are all the level 2s. I think I just have to solve this one, like complete this one, and it'll be the last of the level 2s, and I'll be on to level 3. And something that just happens really, really quick because they are very short, very low level, can usually rinse through them pretty quickly, especially if you have those boosts to your various buffs over here. The offensive adaptability, the survival adaptability, the tactical. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go into Meta Showdown. I did do this last night as well, but I didn't want to come back on because it was like close to midnight and I had to work in the morning. But I made sure to, throughout the day, make sure I had this all set up. Now, you come here. Of course, I already showed you that where you can go ahead and look at the dossiers and go get some of the older meta characters. But this is the most newest one. We'll go and select her. Automatically selecting that, you will use 100 points to activate her. She is now active. I can now fight her. She's at level 15 right now. This is the maximum. This is where they max out. This is where the maximum strength that they have. When you first start out, when there's a new meta out, it will start at level 1. And I have to wait, and I'll probably do another tutorial about what to look for when they are first starting, what to do. Because for the first like 10 levels, you really shouldn't fight them yourself. You should open them up for other people to fight them, and then you can go ahead and fight other people's meta. Just because the first about 10 levels are people go and rinse them pretty quickly. And so it's really hard for you yourself to go ahead and get the daily assists, which are, you can do a maximum of 3 a day. And so because of that, you don't want to rob other people of being able to get to assist you on your super easy metas. But first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to click here on request support, and then I am streaming right now. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I love it. It's great. Okay. Wow. Wow. I'm glad I marked this stream not for kids. True. Okay. Oh, I bet you can search for it. Probably you have to search for it in YouTube or something like that. Okay. So, anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and request support. You can choose friends, you can choose guild, you can choose world. Um, if you don't have a lot of friends in your friends list, don't worry about it. Definitely do guild. The guild can help you quite a lot, especially if you have high level guys in your guild. And definitely post it to the world because that's where you're gonna get the most help. With guild, only one of your guild members can help you once. And so we're gonna go ahead and request support. It was super quiet, and then all of a sudden everyone wants my attention. Like while when I started streaming. Okay. Hold on 1 second. We are trying to get our son to bed. He goes. He locks automatically down at 8. Yep. Sorry about that. Oh wow. Okay. So I'm not going to have any trouble beating it. I already have 4 people, 4 participants who want to beat her up. Now, what I usually will do, and again, I do apologize for those that interruption. It was dead, and I thought it was a great time to start streaming, and apparently it was high time for everyone to come and see me. So I do apologize for that. Either way, uh, but whatever. So either way, I got 4 people here. Usually, what I do is I will send out those requests, and I'll do one battle myself. I can usually get her around 50% or more. Actually, usually more than 50%. I do auto battling because I'm usually doing something at the time, so I'll go ahead and do the same thing here. But once I do my first battle and ask for help, then I'll come and get my 3 daily attempts to help. Now, the higher the level of the meta that you help with, the higher the points. Ooh, I don't have anyone saved in here. Okay, we are going to go ahead and build a team. I'm used to having it already saved in my phone that I don't even think about it. But I can do this pretty quickly. I know what team I usually use. Actually, I probably should use Helena. There we are. This will be eventually replaced by the new PR6 Cruiser. I did unlock her. I just need to get her leveled up and, of course, get her development level up. I can also do tutorials in that area as well. I can talk about what to do and how to get those levels up, development levels for PR, how to grind for PR experience, stuff like that. And I think we're gonna go ahead and go all in here. All right, it has auto combat on, and we're gonna go. Aha! As you can see, Everyone defeated her for me, but I still am going to go in here and do my 3. I missed out on that one, but apparently it was defeated before I could actually start battle. That will happen a lot, especially when they're like level 1s and 2s. Like, again, up to like level 10, everyone just rinses through them so quickly that if you are second late, you will miss the chance to get your assists in there. Now, assists, depending on how many points you get on level 15, it it gears up from like about 60 points to about 75 points. I usually range around 71 to 73 because again, I'm not really trying to avoid anything here, as you know. I'm just it's on auto. I don't really care about getting maximum points here because it's so much effort for so little reward. I would put in extra effort for 2, maybe 4 more points than I would normally get if I was just having it on auto. Plus, as you can see, as you can hear, I'm a dad. I have kids. I have a wife. I have a busy life. I have a job outside of here. I can't really do this that often. So the auto play really helps me on this one. And especially in this area, well, I mean, really, any kind of the meta fights, it doesn't pay to really like get in there and do it manually. About the only thing you can really pat yourself on the back for is like show people that you can take down the meta with your fleet. And you know, if you're going to go in, post a video on that, and go, hey, look, I can do it. You know, that's that gets you some props. But honestly, I'm going to go in and still unlock everything just like you are. I'm going to go ahead and unlock the meta. I'm going to go ahead and get the meta fully limit broke. I'm going to go ahead and max out the meta's stats and max out the meta's skills, and that's fine. And I don't need to go and prove that I can take it down. It doesn't. It doesn't really bother me, you know. As long as I kind of reach the same end goal of having the character, getting the points, and getting the unlocks that I'm trying to get, then I'm okay. See, without doing anything, 73 points. Of course, we're going to go to this 3 times. Sorry, I'm just, and this is like another reason why I like to do this is because then I can zone out and look at other things and do other things while this is happening. Now, and I'm not a big fan of those autoplay games where there's really nothing for you to do. It just autoplays for you. Um, where like you don't even need to select what it's going to do. It's just going to go do something, and it's going to have a default something that it does. And I don't like those because there's not a lot of customization in that. There's not a lot of you don't get to really like have enough control on the characters. Whereas this one, you level up these characters, you limit break them, you increase their base stats, you give them work on getting them better gear, you work on leveling that gear up, you work on building the right team, you tell them which maps to go fight if you're going to go grind for more gear. And there's a lot more things you can do, whereas with a lot of those, like, AFK games, they don't give you that much depth. They don't give you that much control over what happens. All right, we are almost done here. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and kind of stop there. You get the idea. Go in there, get these 3 dailies done, and get your points and move on. Now, these don't give off a lot of points, and especially like when you help with level 1s and 2s and up to 10s, they get even less point. I think they start off with some like 25 to like 50 for like level 1 to a level 10 or something like that. Not a lot of points. The most points you will get is by completing these, by collecting this. Now, again, the lower levels, they'll give you less points, but every time when you first start out, and you start out with level 1 and you defeat a level 1 for the first time, when you click collect, the next time you go ahead and activate this meta, it'll be a level 2. And then you defeat that level 2. Next time, it'll be a level 3, level 4, level 5, up to level 15. Each time you collect, each time you defeat it, you'll get more and more points. This is the maximum amount of points you can get at level 15, which is 375 points. Very, very much a considerable amount, and since you can do it twice, that means that this is where most of your bulk is going to come from. So if you are, say, have a very busy day, make sure, and it's okay. I mean, make sure you've done your daily 200, because this will carry over like until the next day. And before you collect your daily 200 the next day, make sure to at least attack the meta twice. It'll get you the most points. Don't worry about the daily limit, daily attempts, daily assists. They do give you points, but they don't give you a lot of points. And so if you actually have to miss out on something, miss out on that. And I have a sync open. Okay. So I'm going to go collect that.
Get out! You need to fucking eat and go to bed!
Okay. Sorry about that. So here is what you have to do when you first start out with. The first time you can unlock her is at 5,000. So for the first about week, it will take you a week to get up to 5,000, considering on how slow the points build up. But these are be the first things you unlock. Once you unlock her, you'll then start unlocking these 5 packs of skill books. What that is for unlocking her skills. Now I have all the skills unlocked, of course, but each of these skills will cost 5 books of the category that they belong in. So for this one, this is a red skill. It will cost you 5 skill books, 5 red skill books. Same thing with this. This will cost 5 yellow skill books. So all in all, it will help you. Those increments, those skill books will help you unlock the skills for the meta that you're working on right now. That also means that if you have the skill books ahead of time, go ahead and unlock them. You'll get reimbursed for the skill books that you've used. So that's another pointer. On another thing is that these skills level up. For instance, like whenever you conduct an exercise, you get 15 experience points. You can do that unlimitedly. There's no limit to that. Every time you do a commission, you get 20 points towards whatever skill you're working on. You can only work on one skill at a time, but all your metas can be working on skills. So you can have like 25 metas all working on skills at the same time, using the same point structure. Defeat one enemy, you get a point. So this is really good if you're grinding. on the world map. You can get a lot of points here, but there is a cap. As you can see, I reached it. Again, there's a cap here. So after 40 victories, it caps. Now this is weekly, so this will reset after each week. And then, of course, win one battle in Operation Siren, defeat one enemy in Operation Siren, again caps. But all this stuff helps level this thing up. You can even get more. You can even get more experience point if you actually use the ship in a fleet. I usually don't because I'm usually busy doing something else with other fleets, and I'm working on getting those built up. However, that's something that you can look at and see what you need to do to go ahead and get these skills leveled up. Then, and that's in the same. This is in the same area where you get these sinks. You can also go to upgrade. Now, my upgrade is grayed out because I already have them maxed out. You get a certain select amount of skills that you can level up, and again, you use those level up items that you can get throughout Operation Siren to level these things up. These are the items to level them up are also available along the sink.
Ooh. Great, and go to bed.
Now, activation is where this is where you actually limit break everything. So every time you unlock another version of the meta, they will instead turn into a gem, which is then used to activate. You can only ever have one of these metas, and so getting a second meta will just turn it into a gem, which is used for leveling up. So you'll never ever have a duplicate of a meta you can't hit, the game won't let you. But either way, just want to come in and show that. There's one other thing I want to show you. I want to make sure okay, I did. There's no one's attacking my guy now. Okay, not a problem. But there was one other thing I want to show you. Let me back out here. And it's these exploration progress points. Now, each sector has 5 stars you can accumulate. And what you have to do for each star differs from each sector. Most of the time, it's gain control for the first time, you get a star and you unlock something. See, unlock, unlock, unlock. Oh. And other things would be like defeat promoted pawns. Those are the boss fleets. You have to defeat 10 of them in that zone to unlock that. Perform reconnaissance 36 times. That means you have to go in this thing and go into that zone and do it 36 times. Considering that you can only do a reconnaissance once per month, this is going to take 2 years to do. Actually, more than that. 3 years. Wow. This is a 3-year project there. I don't know why they did that much. What they really should do is allow the hidden zones, like the time you use reconnaissance in hidden zones, to count towards this amount. So far as I can tell, they do not. So until that changes, this is still a 3-year goal. And of course, here's what you'll get. I wish. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is all you can collect. Usually it's something like special items at first, then high efficiency is next, and then this is usually variable. A lot of times in some of the higher ranks, you'll actually, instead of having another special item token as a reward, you'll get wisdom cubes, which are very helpful. But make sure to check this often, as you can get and unlocks things that you've been working on that you didn't, that you did something that was able to unlock them. So, like for instance, I finally got this for that zone, which actually will help me. Oh, and this is when you still have others to unlock, they'll show up as a treasure chest somewhere over here, on this side or on this side, depending on where along the line this is. This is a kind of a conveyor belt of sections here. So just go click on that gold treasure chest, and it'll take you to the one that you just unlocked. So here we are. And encounter the mysterious merchant. That basically is a Kagi who she'll sometimes appear randomly in these zones. And you can go and collect that. And do I have I have another one. Okay, I unlocked a lot. Okay. Okay. And that was it. Okay. Then, last thing I want to show you is this. Now, this is a zone that I've already conquered, but I can go back there. Oh, one other thing I should tell you is the action points to get to in each of these zones cost whatever the zone level is times 10. So level 1 zones with normally when you first go in there, they're 10 action points. Level 2 zones, the corrosion level 2 will be 20. Corrosion level 3, 30. Corrosion level 4, 40. 5, 50. 6, 60. However, once you defeat them, and if you ever have to go back there, or as you can see, these are the hidden zones that I told you about where they're like gold treasure chest. If you go into a treasure chest, that also happens, where the normal cost would be halved. So a zone 2, which would normally cost 20 action points the first time you get in there, will now cost 10. Now, I will show you those hidden zones later. I want one for each level. So I want one in the 1 and 2 zones. I want another one in the 2 and 3 zones. And I want another in the 4 and 5 zones because those are where the different sizes of those hidden zones are. But we're going to go ahead and go to a zone that we already defeated. It has nothing special on them. But we'll go ahead and show you what you can do. This is really helpful if you don't have a lot of time and you just need to get those daily limits again. And what happens here, as soon as it lets me, is it'll load up. It won't load up any boss fleets. It'll load up like about half as many of these normal fleets as what would normally have been in the map if you went there to the first time. But it also respawn these. Now, the crates normally in a level 2 have a very low drop rate for the meta coordinates. However, when you re-enter the zones that you've already defeated, they have an increased chance of dropping these coordinates. So you can go to zones that you already defeated, grab just the chest. You don't even have to fight anything. You can also grab various nodes here. Like for instance, like you see this. When you see something like this, like pads that would move you, usually at the end of it is a weather anomaly node, which when you go there, it can go ahead and increase your adaptability. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if I were to go there and grab it, all of a sudden my adaptability improved. Now it's random what it picks, but I have adaptive tuning tactics went from 91 to 92 points. So now my basically my buffs for the game, and then of course it says yeah, we added that to your rigging. So my buffs for the game have went up just because I went on that spot, and that will often also reappear when you go into areas that you already solved. But now I can go and grab these two things, have a higher chance of getting what I need for the metas, and it doesn't waste a lot of time. Again, also it uses a lot less of the action points. So if you're short on action points and you don't have any of those items that can give you more action points, for instance, these guys, if you don't have a lot of these guys that can give you action points, or you don't have a lot of oil, that you can also use oil to get action points. If action points are really short-handed for you, this is a good way to do it and still get your daily 200. Also, one other thing is while you can go to information and see your current buffs right here, they'll also be up in the corner right here. So other than that, just a couple of helpful things. I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream now because there's not much more I can show you. I mean, I can show you me grinding, quote unquote, the metas, but you kind of get the idea. And once I have something else to kind of show you, I'll go ahead and do so. Oh yeah, so I I forgot what that had done. Basically, this is your auto search. All the parameters that you can set for what you want to go ahead and have your characters do when they do the auto search. So, so either way, you can go and play around with those options. That takes you to the overarching game settings. I actually never picked that because didn't really care. Of course, to do back, you go right here. Operation level. Your current operation level is 5. Please consider challenging stages with equal or lower corrosion level. That means right now, if I wanted to, I can go into level 5s and be on par with them. I'm not. I'm going to go work myself up so that when I do get to level 5s, they're going to be pretty easy because I'm going to have very high levels in these areas. So, either way, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. You guys have a wonderful day. I want to thank you for joining me. And even if you didn't join me, I want to still thank you for the opportunity to show you what I have. And I need to move around a lot more. I like the fact that now, if you ever go to my Twitch stage, you'll see that I have had a hard time getting the transparency on my avatar working. So I just have a gray background in all my Twitch videos. So it's kind of nice to have transparency work. I'm using OBS this time, and I think I'm going to continue using it. I just don't really like using OBS too much because there's issues. Sometimes it just won't do what I want it to do, and it's annoying. Either way, that's neither here nor there. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for the interruptions today, and you have a wonderful day.